Good morning, awakening ones.
Good morning.
And I say that to all of you, regardless of whether you recognize your awakening or not. As a matter of fact, this would also include a good morning to those of you who think you're already awake. You see, this is a time of a shift. The old order, the old ages are departing, but they shall return because everything is cyclic, you understand. But so far as staying in your body for this to return, I doubt very seriously if that will happen to you, because I'm speaking in terms of thousands of years. I'm sure in between now and then, whenever then is, you're going to encounter a variety of considerations about what actually is happening. I think right now we can agree something's happening. And if we don't go any farther than that, all right. In all probability, not all right, because it will get your attention. And in getting your attention, you will be carried away with it. I am suggesting you don't get carried away with it. Because yes, it's happening, and yes, you're a part of it, and yes, you may think you already know, and that what I'm saying is irrelevant to you. But there will come a time when you realize, not because of me, but because of what is being brought forth, it is relevant to you. Because who you are right now is not who you're going to be in what you call your future. And the reason will be you. There will be things, of course, that will affect you, but it will still be your interpretation of what it is, and then your choice from that interpretation to move forward. I remind you, this is not your first incarnation. This is one of many. And even if you can't agree to that, just pass over, you'll get it. And if you don't get it then, come back, and maybe you'll get it then, because that's the way it works so far as the opportunities that life affords you to grow and to learn. And after you do grow and learn, and right in the midst of all your growing and learning, there's going to come a time when you look in yourself and you're going to say, whoa, I'm beginning to remember. And the things that are coming into my awareness with my remembering cause me to reconsider how I have treated me as I believed myself to be, and how I am now in my remembrance realizing I'm beyond my belief self. I truly am divine in nature. And while you may have heard that that's blasphemy, I say to you, don't worry about it. Because those who would call it blasphemy don't really know what they're talking about. But even if they did, so what? You see, the most important of what I am saying to you right now is who you truly are. Even if you can't handle divine, no worry. Perhaps you can take it upon yourself to see, oh, I'm a radiant being of light. And, well, even if that's too strong for you right now, no worries. Because you see, all of this is pointing to you in your self-discovery. And what's coming up, the new year, you're going to have ample opportunity to have your belief self challenged. And I say, don't fall over trying to defend your belief self. Rather, with the challenge, let it be something that you say, I'm curious about why this is happening to me now as I behold myself to be. And in that, you may have other remembrances come to your attention. Oh yes, I've heard that this is a God source created universe, and that this planet is God sourced created, and also is the outpicturing of the Creator of which I am involved. I know that was a big stretch. But you see, you can and will have these big stretches that'll be broken down and presented to you in small segments that you'll be able to see, okay, this is happening. If I listen to my neighbors, they're going to give me an interpretation of what's happening. And if it fits, go with it for a while. But eventually you're going to come to a place of seeing no one else that I seem to be in contact with knows really what is going on. Everybody has their own interpretation. If I listen to some, they say, it's the end of the world. And if I listen to others, they're going to say, it's the end of the world. And if I listen to others, they're going to say, it's just the end of an age. Well, all three are correct, but they don't get the whole picture. And that's what I'm here to try to help you to see. The whole picture involving you. You're here, and it's not by accident. You're here because you chose to be, even if you don't remember. See, that's a part of the design of this that at times is confusing to when you start waking up and you start hearing, I chose to be here? I chose to be in this mess? And the answer is yes. But that doesn't necessarily mean that your current understanding is capable of embracing the greater reality of who you are and why you're here. So, if you need to jump up and run away, fine. If you need to fasten your seatbelt, fine. If you need to take more drugs, fine. If you need to get drug-free, fine. Make whatever choices you're going to make, because you see, your choices eventually lead you to the place to where you're able to more fully recognize what a wonderful being you are. And as you focus on goodness, brightness, love, peace, harmony, you're going to be raising your rate of vibration that then is going to allow you to have a different perception of what's going on. And you're going to start making choices where I'm not going to listen to that anymore. That just is not a match for who I am. Where I'm going to start giving that the possibility of a awakening reality. And as you make choices like this, where you let go of, let me put it this way to you, lower rates of vibration, and you determine to elevate yourself by raising your rates of vibration, it's going to actually enable you to tune into a different frame of reference that will give you access to a different, higher rate of vibration reality. And as you stay with it, bounce back and forth, you're going to discover this higher rate of vibration really feels good to me. I'm really enjoying me being me, instead of sucked down into the belief me that I often did not feel good without, as we just said, some kind of drug that would temporarily help me, but I see that's a dependency. If I want to be dependent upon anything, I want it to be dependent upon me. But who is me that I'm saying I want to be dependent upon? Discovery. Now, all that I said earlier about this being a God-created universe, this planet also, and you, and this that's occurring right now, it is of a pretty good design. I mean, I'll even go so far as to say a divine design to aid and assist you in your awakening. Because that's why you come here. Oh, that reincarnation thing? Yes, it's a by God fact. And the reason is it gives you ongoing opportunity to make discoveries about who you are and what your choices are doing to you in either aiding and assisting you or preventing you from making that discovery now. Okay, I see some of you just needed an opportunity. See, I'm not finished. So maybe a good time for you to inhale and exhale. Yeah. Inhale and exhale. I know it's a bitch to have somebody tell you how to breathe. Inhale and exhale. But you see, what it does is it affords your tired brain the opportunity to get oxygenated to where you're then more receptive to why I want you to continue paying attention. Because you see, this change that's happening, it's not going to go away. It's going to continue. But what I am encouraging you to do is be good to yourself, and if breathing helps, do it. If meditating helps, do it. If letting go of lower thoughts and realities helps, do it. Because this lifetime actually affords you greater opportunities to discover who you truly are than many of your past. I'm not going to dwell on the fact that you blew it so many times because it's irrelevant. I mean, you're not there unless you brought that forward and you're continuing to live that now. But what this lifetime affords you is to tune into something that you might recognize as a greater truth, a more comprehensive understanding that is also capable of simplifying itself to where it becomes something meaningful to you personally. And if it does, then you're going to see the change that I'm making reference to. What's occurring right now is the ending of an age, an ending of a cycle, and the beginning of a new, is taking all of the old that did not work and has come to the conclusion it's not going to work, is being broken down and put away. And in its place, each and every one of you have the opportunity to contribute to what you see as vitally important to you. And if you have that attending awareness that I also influence others, and even if I don't have children right now, I am capable of, in my awakening, give others the positivity of what I have come to recognize and that I am choosing my best right now to live. Because you see, what you're doing right now is going to greet you the next time you come. And even if you don't believe in reincarnation, you'll get it when you come again. And in the meantime, you're going to be with others in the spirit realms who are going to be actually helping you to see, okay, what did I accomplish this time? What did I learn? How did I grow? Because then you're going to be setting yourself up for your next incarnation. And that's going to be one half of the slate. The other half is going to be karma. Dreaded delightful karma. And all that means is what you've lived, what you've set up for yourself, is going to greet you. But it's not to put you down. As a matter of fact, I'm here to tell you, and some of you might really like hearing this. If you choose in this lifetime now to keep ascending in your awareness, you're going to find that a lot of the karma is going to be transformed because of your awakened awareness. So, aside from going out and killing a bunch of people right now, which, that's not exactly an enlightened thing to do, but just take into account the choices you've made. If you keep raising your rate of vibration, and you find in the process that it leads you to a place of really in embracing you, to where you really feel good about you and who you are, you're going to find that that has an effect on what you might call karma. Because, aside from saying, I'm just going to elevate my karma to a higher rate of vibration and live it from that higher rate of vibration. Knock yourself out. It's wonderful. The whole point of this is to see, I am right now living in a unique time so far as a planetary experience. Because the old order, whether I like it or not, is passing away. And if you stop and think about it, old orders don't pass away peacefully. They pass away many times violently. And the reason is, they don't want to lose their control on you. And even if you don't understand it, right now, with the old order, you're under control. And if you don't believe me, turn on your radio. Watch your television. Tune into what is being said on, let's see, what news could I use? Fox News? How's that? Most of you can't stand that because of what it represents. How about Huffington Post? Some of you can't stand that either. And I'm just using two extremes to help you to realize they're both programs. That's why they're called programs. And they're doing the same thing. They are keeping you limitedly engaged because of what they put across as truth. So, even Pontius Pilate, when he's talking to Jesus, said, hey, wait a minute, bud. We both have truths. Are my truths the same as yours? So, you see, you might could say, it's not really a matter of the ground level truths that everybody lives by. It's much more about you awakening and making discoveries to where you see, I'm none of that. And it might make you more curious to wonder, well, who am I? Now, I have just heard today that by a spirit I was called divine. And I have just heard today that I am a radiant being of light. What I speak to you is to encourage you to recognize the truth about you. And of course, that will be by choice of what you take in and say, that makes me feel good. I'm not really overwhelmed. As a matter of fact, it lifts me. And you see, that's my intention for you today, is to feel that you are in harmony with other beings of light who are going to help you help yourself lift out of the denser levels of rates of vibration, and then to make choices on your own to experiment and find out, what's this guy saying about higher rates of vibration? What's this guy saying about other realities that simultaneously exist right here, right now? What does it mean? Am I who I am right now, who I believe I am, capable of discovering the reality of what has been said? And I say to you, absolutely yes. It's true. It's true about you. And maybe it means that you could just make more discoveries and find out more about who you truly are. Even if a part of you is yelling like crazy, don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's saying. And I say, okay. I'm not in competition. I'm just here to point things out to you that eventually you'll say, I made this discovery. I am a radiant being. I'm even godlike. And I say, wonderful. Because you see, that's really the way it goes. It's not because of what anyone else says about you. It's about what you discover about yourself. In this tremendously volatile time of transition, the other realities of peace and harmony simultaneously exist, but not on Fox, and not on Huffington, not on anything that is government endorsed. Blessings to you.